students. So, in the last class we discussed about types of numbers and factors and multiples. So, we have studied 4 types of numbers: prime numbers, composite numbers, even numbers and odd numbers. And also studied natural numbers and whole numbers in our previous chapter. So, in this chapter we have studied 4 types of numbers: prime numbers. Prime numbers means a number having only 2 factors are called prime numbers, and the smallest prime number is 2. And composite number means a number having more than 2 factors are called composite numbers, and the smallest composite number is 4. And also we studied about even numbers and odd numbers. Before that, one is neither prime number or composite number. And even numbers means a number which is a multiple of 2 is called even numbers, and the smallest even number is 2. And odd number means a number which is not a multiple of 2 is called odd number, and the smallest odd number is 1. And also studied about the facts related to facts about factors and multiples, and find the factors and multiples of numbers. And in this class we are going to study about divisibility, test for divisibility. Okay, test for divisibility of numbers. Let us see whether we can find a pattern that can tell us whether a number is divisible by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9 and 10. Okay, and the first one is divisibility by 10. First one is divisibility by 10. To check when a number is divisible by 10 or not, the rule is a number has 0 in its unit place, then the number is divisible by 10. If a number given 50 is a number, so 0 is in its unit place or ones place, so the number is divisible by 10. A number has 0 in its ones place, then the number is divisible by 10. Another number 100. So 0 is in the ones place or units place, so the number is also divisible by 10. And another number 155. So here 5 is in its ones place, so the number is not divisible by 10. So next number 1560. Here 0 is in the ones place, so the number is divisible by 10. So a number has 0 in its ones place, then we can say that that number is divisible by 10. And the next one is divisibility by 5. Divisibility by 5. That means a number which has 0 or 5 in its ones position, then we can say that the number is divisible by 5. To check the divisibility of a number by 5, the rule is the number has 0 or 5 in its ones place, then we can say that that number is divisible by 5. For example, when a number is given 70,125, here 5 is in the ones place, so 0 or 5 is in the 0 or 5 at the ones place, then we can say that the number is divisible by 5. So here 5 is at ones place, so we can say that this number is divisible by 5. Divisible by 5. And another number 183. Here 3 is at the ones place, so we can say that this is not divisible by 5. And another number 13,050. Here 0 is at the ones place, so we can say that this number is divisible by 5. Divisible by 5. So to to check the divisibility of a number by 5, the rule is a number which has 0 or 5 in its ones place. 0 or 5 in its ones place. Then we can say that that number is divisible by 5. Okay. To check the divisibility of a number by 10, we can the number has 0 in its ones place. Then we can say that the number is divisible by 10. Okay. And a number has 0 or 5 in its ones place, we can say that that number is divisible by 5. And the next test is divisibility by 2. Divisibility by 2. To check when a number is divisible by 2 or not, the rule is a number is divisible by 2 if it has any of the digits 0, 2, 4, 6 at its ones position. So a number is divisible by 2 if it has any of the digits 0, 2, 4, 6, 8 in its ones place. That means if a number is given, here 8 is at ones place. So this number is an even number and it is divisible by 2 because here 8 is at ones place. Divisible by 2. So here in ones place 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Either of these numbers are given. Then we can say that that number is divisible by 2. A number is divisible by 2 when by 2 if in its ones place either 0, 2, 4, 6, 8 are coming. Okay, so then we can say that that number is divisible by 2. And the next one is another example. 1383. Here in ones place 3 is at ones place. So this number is not divisible by 2. When the number is divisible by 2, the ones place the digit of ones place is either 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8. Here 3 is at ones place, so the number is not divisible by 2. Not divisible by 2. Okay. And the next one is divisibility by 3. Divisibility by 3. To check the divisibility of a number by 3, the rule is if the sum of the digits of a given number is a multiple of 3, then we can say that that number is divisible by 3. If the sum of the digits of a number, if the sum of the digits of that number is a multiple of 3, then we can say that that number is divisible by 3. For an example, 7221. So we want to check this number is divisible by 3 or not. So for that, first we take the sum of the digits of this number. The digits are 7, 2, 2, 1. So take the sum, we add the digits 7 plus 2 plus again 2 plus 1. Then we get 7 plus 2, 9, 9 plus 2, 11, 11 plus 1, 12. We get 12. So 12 is a multiple of 3. 12 is a multiple of 3. For that, table of 3, 4 into 3, we get 12. So 12 is a multiple of 3. Then we can say that this number 7221 is divisible by 3. It is divisible by 3. Divisible by 3 because the sum of its digits is equal to is a multiple of 3. Then we can say that this number is divisible by 3. Another example. 183. So, is this number divisible by 3 or not? We check the, first we add the digits. Here the digits are 1, 8 and 3. Find the sum, we add the digit 1 plus 8 plus 3. Then we get 8 plus 1, 9. 9 plus 3, 10, 11, 12. So 12 is a multiple of 3. Then we can say that the number is divisible of 3. Divisible of 3. Okay. So 183 is a divisible of 3. And another example. 22. Is 22 is a divisible of 3 or not? To find that, first we take the sum of the digit 2 plus 2, we get 4. So 4 is not a multiple of 3. 4 is not a multiple of 3. So 22 is not a multiple of 3. 22 is not a multiple. Sorry, 22 is not divisible by 3 because the sum of digits are 4 and 4 is not a multiple of 3. So we can say that 22 is not divisible by 3. So to check the divisibility of a number by 3, first we take the sum of the digits, and the sum of digit is a multiple of 3. Then we can say that the number is divisible by 3. Okay. And the next one is divisibility by 4. Divisibility by 4. To check whether a number is divisible by 4 or not, we apply the rule that if the number formed by its last two digits is divisible by 4, then the number is divisible by 2. If the number formed by its last two digits, if a number is given, its last two digits is divisible by 4, then we can say that number is always divisible by 4. For example, 286. To check this number is divisible by 4 or not, we take the last two digits, that is digits at ones and tens position. Okay, here last two digits are 8 and 6, so we take 86 and we check 86 is divisible by 4 or not. 86 by 4. So 2 4s are 8 and 8 minus 8 we get 0. Then 6. In the table of 4, how many 4s are 6? No. So 1 4 is 4. 1 4 is 4. We get remainder 2. So we can say that the number is not divisible by 4. If we can say that this number is divisible by 4, then we get remainder 0. So 286 is also not divisible by 4. And another example. 9532. So we want to check this number is divisible by 4 or not. For that we take the last two digits. Last two digits is 3 and 2. We take 32. And to check this number is divisible by 4, we check the last two digits is divisible by 4 or not. So 32 by 4. And how many 4s are 32? 8 4s are 32 and we get 32 minus 32 0. We get the remainder 0. Then we can say that this number is divisible by 4 and so this whole number is divisible by 4. 32 is divisible by 4. So we can say that 9532 is always divisible by 4. Another example. Here the last two digits are 2 and 4, so we take 24. 24 by 4 we get 6. 6 4s are 24 and we get the remainder 0. So we can say that 24 is divisible by 4 and so this number is also divisible by 4. 8824 is always divisible by 4 because the last two digits is divisible by 4. Okay. And the next one is divisibility by 6. Divisibility by 6. Divisibility by 6 means if a number is divisible by both 2 and 3, then we can say that the number is divisible by 6 also. The number is divisible by 2 and 3, then we can say that the number is also divisible by 6. divisibility by 6. If a number is divisible by both 2 and 3, then we can say that that number is divisible by 6 also. Let's see an example. Here, number 18. So, 8 is at the one place. So, this number is divisible by 2. Divisible by 2. And also this number is divisible by 3. That is the sum of the number is 9 and 9 is a multiple of 3. So, we can say that it is also divisible by 3. So, this number is divisible by both 2 and 3. Then we can say that that number is also divisible by 6. Okay. If a number is divisible by both 2 and 3, then we can say that that number is also divisible by 6. And the next one is divisibility by 4. Divisibility by 4, divisibility by 8. Divisibility by 8. To check when a number is divisible by 8, the rule is if the number formed by the last 3 digits is divisible by 8, then the number is also divisible by 8. So, to check a number is divisible by 8, we take the last 3 digits and the last 3 digits is divisible by 8, then we can say that the whole number is divisible by 8. For example, 7,128. So, to check it is divisible by 8 or not, we take the last 3 digits, that is 128. 128 and 128 is divisible by 8, then the whole number is divisible by 8. So, 128 divided by 8. 6 are 48, 48 minus 48, we get 0. So, the last 3 digits is divisible by 8, then we can say that the whole number is divisible by 8. So, 7,128 is divisible by 8 because the last 3 digits is divisible by 8. So, we can say that this number is divisible by 8. Okay. So, to check the divisibility of a number by 8, we can take the last 3 digits, and if the last 3 digit is divisible by 8, then we can say that the whole number is divisible by 8. And the next one is divisibility by 9. Divisibility by 9. To check the divisibility of a number by 9, if the sum of the digits of a number is divisible by 9, then the number is also divisible by 9. If the sum of the digits of a number is divisible by 9, then the number is also divisible by 9. So, here the number is given 18. To check it is divisible by 9 or not, first we take the sum of that number, sum of the given number. To take the sum, we use addition. So, here 1 and 8 are the digits, so we add 1 plus 8 and we get 9. 9 is divisible by 9. 9 by 9 we get 1 9 is 9 and 9 minus 9 we get 0. So, the remainder is 0. So, we can say that 9 is divisible by 9. So, 18 is also divisible by 9. Okay. And another example. 4,608. So, to check 4,608 is divisible by 9 or not, first we take the sum of the given number. Here, sum of the digits of given number. So, here the digits are 4 plus 6 plus next digit 0 plus 8. So, find the sum. 6 plus 4, 10. 10 plus 0, 0. Then 10 plus 8, 18. So, we get the sum of 18. Okay. So, 18 by 9. When we divide 18 by 9, we get 2 9s are 18. And we get the remainder 0. Then we can say that this 18 is divisible by 4618 8 is 18, that is divisible by 9. So we can say that this whole number is divisible by 9. Okay. So let us see another example. Next example, 5283. So also we want to check this number is divisible by 9 or not. For that we take the sum of digits in this number. Okay, and sum of the digits is, the digits are 5 plus 2 plus 8 plus 3. Okay, so adding these digits we get 5 plus 2 7, 7 plus 3 10, 10 plus 8 18. Okay, so we get the sum of the given digits are 18. So 18 is also divisible by 9, or 18 is also a multiple of 9. Then we can say that this number is also divisible by 9. Divisible by 9. Okay, and the next one is divisibility by 11. Divisibility by 11. Divisibility by 11. To check the divisibility of a number by 11, the rule is find the difference between the sum of digits at the odd place and the sum of digits at the even place. Then the difference is either 0 or divisible by 11. Then we can say that that number is divisible by 11. Okay, let us see. To check if a number is divisible by 11, we can apply the rule of find the difference between the sum of the digits at the odd place and the sum of the digits at the even place, and the difference is 0, either 0 or 11, divisible by 11. Then we can say that that number is also divisible by 11. Okay, so an example, 308. So we want to say this number is divisible by 11 or not. For that we find the difference of digits at odd places, and find the difference of sum of digits at odd place and sum of digits at the even place. So first we find the sum of digits at the odd place. Odd place means from the right, that is 1, then 3, 5, 7. These are the odd numbers. So we want to find the sum of odd place. It means the digits at 1, 3rd, 5th, 7th, and etc. as position. Okay, here 1 and 3 is the odd position. So here for the first position the digit is 8, and third position digit is 3, and 0 is at an even place, that is 0 is second position. So 0 is an even place. Okay, first we find the sum of digits from the right, or sum of the digits at odd places. Sum of digits at the odd places. That is, odd place means odd numbers 1, 3, 5, 7, etc. So here 1 and 3 are odd places. So in our position of 8 is at first position and 3 is at third position. So we can take the odd place, the digits in odd place are 8 and 3. So we add 8 plus 3 and we get 11. 8 plus 3 we get 11. So sum of the digits at the odd places is equal to 8 plus 3, and sum of the digits at the odd place is equal to 11. And always we want to find the sum of the digits at even places. Okay, and the next step is sum of digits at the even 0. So sum of digits at the even place is 0. So we get sum of digits at the odd place is 11 and sum of the digits at even place is 0. Okay. And to check this number is divisible by 11, we take the difference of this. Okay. So we take the difference of 11 and 0. Take the difference of 11 and 0. Difference between sum of digits at the odd place, that is 11, minus sum of digits at the even place, that is 0. So we get 11 minus 0, we get 11. So 11 is divisible or not divisible by 11. 11 by 11, we get 1 into 11, 11 minus 11, 0. So we can say that 11 is divisible by 11. So this number is also divisible by 11. Okay. Because we get the difference of sum of digits at odd places and sum of digits at the even places is 11 and the 11 is divisible by 11. Then we can say that the whole number is divisible by 11. So we can say that 380 is divisible by 11 is divisible by 11. Divisible by 11. Okay. So in this way we check whether a number is divisible by 11 or no. Let us see another example. And the next question is 1331. Okay. So we want to check this number is divisible by 11 or not. For that, first we take the sum of digits at odd place and second we take the sum of digits at even place. Then take the difference of both. Then we get if either 0 or a number divisible by 11, then we can say that this number is divisible by 11. Okay, let us try. First we take the sum of the digits at odd place. And the first step is sum of digits at odd places. Odd place means first, third, fifth, seventh position. Okay. Here from the right. This is the first position. Then this is the second position, third position, fourth position. Now 1, 3 are odd place. So in the first position, this is 1. That is this is 1. So 1 plus. Then next odd place is third one. So 3 is at third position and 1 and 1. Here this 1 and this 3 is odd place. This is odd places. So we take the sum of these two numbers. We get 1 plus 3 is equal to 4. And we also want to find the sum of digits at even places. Okay, here 2 and 4 are even position and 3 and 1 are at even places. Okay, so we can take the sum of 3 and 1. So 3 plus 1 we get also 4. Okay, and to check the divisibility by 11 we take the difference of these two and take the difference. We get the sum of digits at odd place is 0. Sorry, 4. 4 minus the sum of digits at even place is also 0. We get 4 minus 4, 0. So the difference is 0. Then we can say that this number is also divisible by 11, because if the difference of these two are 0 or either divisible by 11, then we can say that this is divisible by 11. So the difference is 0. Then we can say that this number is divisible by 11. Okay, these are the divisibility tests. So the first divisibility test is divisibility by 10. Divisibility by 10 to check if a number is divisible by 10 or not. So in the 0 is at the ones place, then we can say that that number is divisible by 10. Okay, 0 is at the ones place, then we can say that that number is divisible by 10. And the second one is divisibility by 5. If 0 or 5 is at at the ones place, then we can say that that number is divisible by 5. And the next one is divisibility by 2. A number is divisible by 2 if it has any of the digits, that is 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8 in its ones place. Then we can say that that number is divisible by 2. And next one is divisibility by 3. Divisibility by 3 means we take the sum of digits of a given number, then the sum is a multiple of 3, then we can say that that whole number is divisible by 3. The sum of the digits in a number is a multiple of 3, then we can say that that number is divisible by 3. And next one is divisibility by 4. Divisibility by 4 means we take the last two digits of a number is divisible by 4, then we can say that that whole number is divisible by 4. If the last two digit is divisible by 4, then the number is divisible by 4. Okay. And divisibility by 6. Divisibility by 6 means if a number is given, that number is divisible by both 2 and 3, then we can say that that number is divisible by 6. And the next one is divisibility by 8. Divisibility by 8. If a number is given, we take the last 3 digits. The last 3 digits of a number is divisible by 8, then we can say that that whole number is divisible by 8. And the next one is divisibility by 9. Divisibility by 9. So to find the divisibility by 9, we take the sum of all the digits in a given number, and the sum of the digits of that number is a multiple of 3 or is divisible by 9. Is divisible by 9. Then we can say that that number is divisible by 9. So to check whether a number is divisible by 9 or not, we take the sum of all the digits in the given number. If the sum of all the digits given are divisible by 9, then we can say that that whole number is divisible by 9. And the last one is divisibility by 11. Divisibility by 11. To check the divisibility of a number by 11, we apply the rule of first to find the sum of the digits at odd places and the sum of the digits at even places. Then we take the difference between sum of digits at odd places and sum of digits at even places. If the difference is 0 or divisible by 11, then we can say that that whole number is divisible by 11. Okay. So let us do some questions about divisibility test. In your textbook, page number 57, exercise 3.3. Exercise 3.3. Exercise 3.3. Look at the first question. Using divisibility test, determine which of the following numbers are divisible by 2, by 3, by 4, by 6, by 8, by 9, by 10, by 11. Say yes or no. Okay. Here a table is given. A table is given with many columns, and the first column contains the number, and the second column is divisible by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we want to check these given numbers are divisible by these digits. Okay. So the first number is 128. So 8 is in the ones place. So the number is divisible by 2. So write yes in the 2's column. Okay. Then the next digit is 3 and 128. So to check the divisibility by 3, we take the sum of the digits. 128, the sum of the digit is 1 plus 2 plus 8, and we get 8 plus 2, 10, 11. So the sum of the digit is 11. 11 is not a multiple of 3. So we can say that 128 is not divisible by 3. So we can write no. Then the next one is 4. If 128 is divisible by 4 or not. For find the divisibility of 4, we take the last two digit. 128. The last two digit is 28. And if 28 is divisible by 4, then we can say that 128 is divisible by 4. Okay. If 128 is divisible by 4 or not. 7 4s are 28. So we can say that 28 is divisible by 4. So therefore 128 is also divisible by 4. So we can write yes. And the next one is divisibility by 5. Here the number is 128. To check the divisibility of a number by 5, if 0 or 5 at the ones place, then we can say that that number is divisible by 2. Here the number is 128 and 8 is at the ones place. So the number is not divisible by 5. If the number is divisible by 5, then the 0 or 5 at the ones place. Here 8 is at the ones place. So we can say that the number is not divisible by 5. So write no. Then the next one is 6. If 128 is divisible by 6, we check if a number is divisible by both the 2 and 3, then we can say that that number is divisible by 6 also. Here 128 is not divisible by 128 is divisible by 2, but it is not divisible by 3. Here you can write no. Okay. So the number is not divisible by 6. So we can write no. And the next one is 8. So to check if a number is divisible by 8, we take the last 3 digit. If that 3 digit is divisible by 8, then we can say that that number is divisible by 8. So 128. 6 8 48, and we get the remainder 0. Then we can say that 128 is exactly divisible by 8. So 128 is divisible by 8. So we can write here yes. Then the next one is 9. So 128 is divisible by 9 or not. For that, to check the divisibility by 9, we take the sum of the digits of given number. Here the digits are 1, 2 and 3. We take the digits, sum of digits. Here 1, 4. Find the sum. We add the digits. 1 plus 2 plus 8. Okay. Then we get 8 plus 2, 10. 10 plus 1, 11. Okay. If 11 is divisible by 9 or not? Yes, 11 is not divisible by 9. 1 9 is 9. Then 2 9s are 18. So 11 is not divisible by 9. So we can say that 128 is not divisible by 9. So write here no. Then 10. The number is 128. To check the number is divisible by 10 or not. So we just look at the ones position. If 0 is at the ones place, then we can say that the number is divisible by 10. Here 8 is at the ones place. So we can say that this is not divisible by 10. If the number is divisible by 10, then 0 is at the ones place. Here 8 is at the ones place. So we can say that this number is not divisible by 10. So write here no. Then 11. To check the divisibility of 128 by 11, first we take the sum of digits at odd place. Then sum of digits at even place. Then take the difference. Okay. Sum of digits at odd place means odd numbers are 1, 3, 5, etc. Here 8 is at first position. That is 1 is the odd number. And the next odd place is third position. And 1 is the third position. So first we find the sum of odd digits at odd places. Digits at odd places. Here odd places are 1 and 3. 2 is even number. Okay. 1 and 3. So here 8 is at first position. So 8 is at odd position. Plus the next odd position is 1. So 1 is at third position. So we can say that 1 is at odd place. So we can get 8 plus 1, 9. Okay. And next we take the sum of even places. sum of even places. Here the even place is second position and 2 is at the even place. So sum is 2 and then we take the difference. Difference of sum of odd place minus sum of digits at even place. Here sum of digits at odd place is 9 minus sum of digits at even place is 2. Then 9 minus 2 we get 7. If the difference is 0 or divisible by 11, then we can say that that number is divisible by 11. Here the difference is 7. So 7 is not divisible by 11. So we can say that 128 is not divisible by 11. Okay. Like that, so many numbers are given. So you try to do this as your homework and write your class book and fill in the table, okay, and send it to my WhatsApp. The next question is question number 2. Using divisibility test, determine which of the following numbers are divisible by 4 and by 8. So some numbers are given. We want to check that numbers are divisible by 4 and divisible by 8 or not. Okay. So the first number is 500. Exercise 3.3, second question. Question A, 572. And first we want to check if the number is divisible by 4 and then divisibility of 8. Okay, first of all check the divisibility by 4. To check the divisibility of a number by 4, we take the last 2 digits. If the last 2 digits is divisible by 4, then we can say that that whole number is divisible by 4. Here, the last two numbers means from the right. Here the last two numbers from the right is 72. So we take 72 and check 72 is divisible by 4 or not. So 72 divided by 4 and we get 18 into 4 is equal to 72. So we get the remainder 0. Then we can say that the number is exactly divided by 4. So the whole number is also divisible by 4. Which means the last 2 digits or the last 2 digits are divided by 4. Then we can say that the whole number is divisible by 4. So 572 is divisible by 4. It is divisible by 4. And also another question, to check the divisibility of this number by 8. To check the divisibility of that number by 8, we take the last 3 digits. We take last 3 digits and the last 3 digits is divisible by 8. Then the whole number is divisible by 8. Here last 3 digits are 572. So we take 572 and divide by 8. Then to check if the remainder is 0, then we can say that that number is exactly divisible by 8. Okay, so we get the remainder as 4. Then we can say that this number is not divisible by 8. This number is not divisible by 8 because we take the last 3 digits and divided by 8. Then we get remainder as 4. Then we can say that this number is not divisible by 8. So 572 is also not divisible by 8. It is divisible by 4 because the last 2 digits is divisible by 4. But it is not divisible by 8 because the last 3 digits is not divisible by 8 because we get the remainder of 4. Okay. Next question. 352. So first check the divisibility by 4. To check the divisibility by 4, we take the last 2 digits from the right. So the last 2 digits from the right here is 52. Okay, 52. Then we divide last 2 digits by 4. Then we get 1 4 is 4. Then 1 2 3 4s are 12. 12 minus 12 0. We get the remainder 0. Then we can say that this number is exactly divisible by 4. So this whole number is also divisible by 4. Okay. So it is divisible by 4. Then you also want to check if the number is divisible by 8 or not. 8 or not. For check the divisibility by 8, we take the last 3 digits. Take the last 3 digits from the right. Okay. So last 3 digits make the number 350 divided by 8. So we get the remainder 0. So we can say that it is also divisible by 8. Is divisible by 8. Okay. In this way we can find if a number is divisible by 4 or not, and also if a number is divisible by 8 or not. Okay. So there are so many problems in exercise 3.3 question number 2. So you can you just do as your homework in exercise 3.3 question number 1 and in question number 2 C, D, E to J. Okay, that is your homework. Do your homework properly, write in your class book and send it to my WhatsApp. Okay, students, study well. Have a nice day.